I love that fact that you made sure you said boom, 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 boom. You made sure you got everything in alignment. You didn't just go out there and just put yourself out there not knowing what was going on. You got educated on the business first. You got taught. You got your LLC. You did the things that it took to get you into the business, and you're in the business properly now. And you had to be able to work for the state. It is
And the government.
Come on,
you
come
have
on.
to be. We have our insurance. The insurance you have to be able to have sick people in your vehicle is like the down payment is like $15,000.
Ooh, girl.
Wow.
So I know about you pulling off some big things and doing some big things in the entrepreneur field.
We do want to get back to just putting the sexy back in marriage.
Yeah,
you know,
that's it right there.
Because right now we got a lot of things going on. A lot of people don't think marriage is the way to go for some reason.
I don't get that, because listen, without you, girl, I couldn't function. So I don't need. It says that a man should not be alone out there, and men that like being alone, you got problems. I'm telling you, you got problems. If you out there and you think you want to be by yourself and grow and get older by yourself and not have someone that you can trust by your side. And that's the same thing for women as well.
Yeah, I got to give you a props.
Yeah.
We've got to do this. We've got to do that. And sometimes life, as they say, life just be life.
Yes.
Okay. We get overwhelmed. And in our community, not only in the African American community, but in the Christian community, we don't spend a lot of time encouraging people to talk to somebody. We say, pray. We say, if you pray, don't worry. If you worry, don't pray. As Pastor Drumright says. They say, what is it? I'm too blessed to be stressed. I don't know about y'all, but I've been blessed and stressed at the same time.
Absolutely.
And I have prayed and worried and worried and prayed.
Yes.
So we're going to talk today about why it's okay. I just might need to talk to somebody. First of all, it starts with a relationship with God.
Yes.
And I will never start a broadcast without pointing that part out. We are fearfully and wonderfully made, and our bodies and our minds were not made to house the junk that we are putting into this temple, this body temple.
Yes.
Okay? He wants us to experience life and life abundantly, not later, but now.
Because I went a little bit further. I don't know if people got to hear me yesterday, but if that was the case, when the scripture talks about women shouldn't wear jewelry, they shouldn't wear nice clothing or anything, then what Sunday's best, what we see, we wouldn't have Sunday's best. We wouldn't have these things. So even to take it a step further, and I'm going to shut up because I'm going to let y'all ladies speak in a second. Even to go even further, when I was talking to you all just a little bit earlier, when I was saying, well, if that's the case, why isn't the scripture to say that women are not supposed to be doctors? Women are not supposed to be judges. Women are not supposed to be educators. Women are not supposed to be certain things. And Keith, you the one who said this when we were discussing this for today. You said God poured his spirit on all flesh.
Yes.
All flesh. So I'm going to throw the ball back to you ladies, because I want to listen to y'all, and I'm going to jump in when I can. But I want to hear y'all give me something tonight that a woman can only give.
My thing is, are you doing this because you're intimidated by the gifts? Or are you doing it because you're scared she's going to question some of the things that you're bringing forth in the church? Because as a woman, when we hear things, we'll listen, we'll sit back, we'll watch, we'll observe. But when that wheel start rolling, we're going to start questioning some things.
Right.
And so are you suppressing her so she won't question the things that you're doing in God's house? Because we have to understand that God give women wisdom just like he give men wisdom.
Absolutely.
And he give women the same kind of authority.
That's what I've been hearing a lot of. And do you think that's offensive to women? Do you all think that's offensive? Or do you think men have a stand in what they're saying? Because they're saying that if this certain candidate wins, that people will see America as weak. They will see us as not a strong nation again.
I think that people tell you what scares them by what they line up against.
Girl, come on.
Now, I'm not saying there's some things about some of the candidates that scare me, but I line up against it not because somebody's white Or black.
And when I was looking at the side effects versus, the actual issue or the actual disease that the customer or the client had, it just didn't sit right with me. I ended up going to clinicals, and I did do my clinicals about halfway through. I called my mom one day. I was like, Mom, this just doesn't feel right. So she was like, well, baby, go with, with what you feel. Go with your heart. So I did. I dropped out of school, and I was like, okay, but in the midst of all of this, I found out I had health problems. So I believe that was the reason that kind of brought me down as well. I had anxiety, and I was on that anxiety medication, and also I was starting to have high blood pressure, borderline high blood pressure. So I was like, something's got to give. I know I'm not going to take these medications that I just read about. So anyway, I dropped out of school, and I started doing my own research. I researched, the natural way of healing and the lifestyle change that you have to make.
And the foods today have a lot of additives and things like that to make you want more and more of it. And sugar is one of those things that it feeds neurotransmitters in your mind that you do want more. And sugar actually is addictive.
Yeah,
I've
heard that. Yes. I heard that it's one of the biggest addictions out there.
It is. And so the more sugar you eat, the more sugar you want. And so knowing that, and you can moderate that. You can change up the recipes to things that you do like and have them with less sugar and things like that.
So would you kind of relate a sugar, and this might be a little extreme, but this is how I look at it, kind of like a person that's addicted to like a drug? Does that make sense? Because I'm a sugar person, and when I eat, I go all in. I mean, not like one candy bar, it's like two, and then I go get something else, a piece of cake. So I'm that sugar fanatic, and my body just has to have it, no matter what. If I'm to like,
y'all, I want to get my story real quick. What actually happened to me?
Hear your story.
What actually happened, y'all? I was at my job. I was curling some hair, doing what I do. Okay, and throughout the whole day, I had symptoms. My chest felt like I had a pain from the middle of my chest to the back of my back. And in that situation, me being a man, Pops, I don't know if you like this, but me being a man, I was saying to myself, okay, it's just gas. It's just gas. So I started trying to burp up, belch, drunk a little water, and let out a little gas, and the pain went away.